Chrognomes Part 3, Pixi Times. They had fled, some of each gnomic race, with the big people through the great portal, carefully keeping to the shadows as they did. They knew that even the latest chemotech was best not relied on alone. It wasn't just the big people who had troubles. A few others had stowed on the last ships to Mars, but not many. There weren't many shadows to hide in on those ships. Some races were slightly better at hiding in such places, and slightly more of those races had tried for the ship. The Great Portal was a better option overall. Now, having arrived, they weren't sure where they had arrived. The flora and fauna were big and slow, although vaguely familiar, such as the large mouse and rat-like rodents, the size of medium and large dogs, would be to the old big people. Eventually, some of the older ones and history students among them started talking about the stories of their ancient ancestors coming through a portal, and how familiar the stories were starting to sound. As the groups spread out, each seeking their favourite habitats, they kept an eye on the big people who seemed to share their confusion of where they were, although they took much longer to work it out. Then eventually they saw the giants, huge humanoids, nearly 10 times their size and even slower than the big people. Sometime later, once they were established, they tried to gather together all their history. Then they, or the next generation, could work out who they were becoming now. If the big people were becoming gnomes and dwarves of human legend, then who are they, correctly sized at a little more than a tenth the size of the giants? Thank you for listening.